So Sean Payton is back in the NFL as a head coach. You know, he had a lot of success with Drew Brees in New Orleans, eventually won a Super Bowl, won a lot of games. Now his next stop is Broncos country and trying to help Russell Wilson get back to playing MVP level football. It was very clear that Nathaniel Hackett, the most recent Broncos head coach, was way in over his head. He was a terrible, awful head coach, probably the worst head coach in the NFL I've ever seen. He and Freddie Kitchens can battle it out for that title. So you bring in Sean Payton. Excellent hire, in my opinion. I believe in that. And Sean Payton is being brought in to be the CEO of a very talented football team, at least on paper, and to get the most out of Russell Wilson and to get Russell Wilson back on track. Sean Payton's going to run an offense that fits Russell Wilson's skill set. I think he's going to get his confidence back, and he's really going to try to help Russell Wilson as a player. What it all comes down to is how much great stuff does Russell Wilson have left in the tank? How much more can he dig deep? Because even in Seattle, when Russell Wilson was having a lot of success, he ran around a lot. He took a lot of hits. You know, it was a very fun and exciting style of football play that he leaned into, but it was also at times a little reckless and some would argue maybe not sustainable, at least when it comes to a winning brand of football every single season. And it kind of flamed out for him his final year in Seattle. And now it's going to be up to Russell Wilson to make the adjustments and get the most out of his game with Sean Payton being now his quote-unquote boss, you know, his CEO. And I think it can work. You know, I think that Russell Wilson's going to have to tweak his game a little bit just because he's not the same athlete that he used to be. Sean Payton is going to run a whole different system than he ran back when he was in Seattle dominating, where Russell Wilson's going to have to learn to attack the middle of the field, get the ball out of his hands very quickly, and, you know, take those deep shots when needed. But the point is, you know, we're really going to find out what Russell Wilson is made of. Sean Payton is being brought in to fix Russell Wilson. Will Sean Payton be able to fix Russell Wilson and help him get it back on track? It all comes down to if Russell Wilson is truly a declining player and how much work he's willing to put in. Because we even saw Drew Brees, even as a declining player in New Orleans, he was still able to play very well, and the Saints were still knocking on the Super Bowl door, even in Drew Brees' later stages of his career. So this can work for Russell Wilson. It all comes down to how invested Russell Wilson is in adaptation, in self-reflection, and just getting back to the basics and leading the Broncos to where a lot of people thought they could be potentially, which is the Super Bowl. I'm excited to see how it works. I'm not guaranteeing that it will work just because the AFC is loaded. I don't know how much Russell Wilson has left in the tank, but I'm willing to give him a shot and see how this pans out because I don't think Sean Payton is going to be the problem. This will come down to Russell Wilson and how great he can be. Let's see indeed if Russell Wilson can cook with Sean Payton as his head coach.